Okay, let's get started.
Ghosts are real. That much I know.
Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is the first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get a notification every single time that I post a video, and I post every single week. So you can see from the title, today's video is going to be my full ranking of the Evil Dead franchise. I have been wanting to do this video for a while, ever since Evil Dead Rise came out, because now that all the films are out and even the series, now I can do the proper ranking. And before I start, I don't want anyone to feel attacked just because maybe I put your favorite at the bottom, and at the end, a film needs to be at the bottom of the ranking. But I do believe that Evil Dead is a solid franchise and there's not a single bad film in this. Unfortunately, one of them needs to be the last one. So doing that clarification, let's get into the video with the fifth one being Army of Darkness. This may not come as a surprise, since for the majority of the rankings that I have seen ever since Evil Dead Rise came out, this is the general opinion, but we can all agree that the film is not bad, but there's a pattern here, and this reminds me to the same situation that is happening with Scream 3. There's people that have said that that film is the worst one. Just like Evil Dead, I do not believe that Scream has a bad film. Well, one needs to be the last one, and in my case it's also Scream 3, but I really like the film. But if I ever had to choose, then here happens the same thing. Army of Darkness, if you ask me, will be the last of the Evil Dead franchise that I will be willing to rewatch. I would rather watch the first one, even the latest one, rather than watching Army of Darkness, but that doesn't mean that I do not like it. Now, coming on number 4, we have Evil Dead, the remake from 2013. This may come as a surprise, but once again, we need an order. This is the point of the ranking, but I do love this film. I did a review of it, leaving it right here, to celebrate the 10th anniversary, and also because Evil Dead Rise was coming up on those weeks. So there you're going to have my full opinion on the film, but I loved it. This is one of my favorite remakes. I am the type of person that believes that not every single film should be made a remake or a reboot, and that the majority of the remakes, they don't even come close to the original. But in the case of Evil Dead, I think that they did a pretty good job, because it's what Evil Dead was supposed to be on the beginning, is a most serious tone, even more gorier, more blood, and I think that they did a fantastic job. But sadly, is my fourth one. Now, coming on number 3, we have the latest one, Evil Dead Rise. I was so excited to watch this film. It's one of my favorite horror movies of this year by far. Of course, my review is right here, but that review is spoiler free. I didn't do a review with spoilers for that one because I saw it on an early screener, so I am not allowed to give any spoilers if I see it before everyone else. So that's why I loved it. I had so much fun. It's the type of film that you want to rewatch over and over. It's the perfect balance between how goofy and funny the first one is and how serious is the remake is. You mix them together and they have a baby, and this is the result, Evil Dead Rise. If you haven't seen it yet, I will suggest you to. It's a very good one, and it also serves as a standalone. You don't need to see the rest of the Evil Dead films, which I think that is a pretty good start for people that maybe went to theaters to watch this. And yes, probably they didn't understood many of the Easter eggs. Maybe if they like the film, they're going to decide to then keep it up watching the rest ones on the franchise, and I think that is a win-win situation. So I really love it, this one. And like I said, it is one of my favorites of this year. I will be doing at the end of June a video of my opinion of the best horror movies of 2023 so far, because of course we have the rest of the year coming up with a lot of films, but so far Evil Dead is on the top, that's for sure. Now, coming up on the second one, it's The Evil Dead. This is the original, the first one, the OG, the first time that we saw Ash Williams. I think that he is an iconic character. Bruce Campbell did a fantastic job. This film is a classic, a must watch. This is the type of film that every horror fan should watch at least once. And the whole behind the scenes aspect of it, it's even better. This is such a low budget film, but that created such a huge impact on the genre. It's unmeasurable. Sam Raimi, Yeah, the same guy that did the original Spider-Man trilogy. He did a very good job with this, and I wouldn't change nothing because, of course, they were trying to do a serious and good film, and I am not saying that it's good, but of course, it turned out to be more horror comedy, and it's very goofy. But that's what we love about it at the end. Everything happens for a reason, so I think that everything worked for the best. Before I say the first one, which at this point it shouldn't come up as a surprise, I want to give an honorable mention to Ash vs. Evil Dead. That is the series that came out on Starz. This series was available on Netflix until last month, but right now is available on Prime Video. Is 3 seasons, and we have Ash once again, of course, more older with Bruce Campbell. Series is 30 years after the original trilogy, and I think that is a fun watch and a good extension of the franchise. So if you have the chance to watch it, although it didn't have a proper ending since it got canceled, I think that is worth watching if you really like the franchise and you want to see Bruce Campbell again as Ash. Of course, the number one, and in my opinion the best Evil Dead film, Evil Dead 2. If you think that the first one is good, this one is even better. This is one of those few times when a lot of people prefer the sequel over the first one. Evil Dead 2, if you think that the first one is funny, this one is even funnier. Evil Dead 2 is the one that really establishes and solidifies what Evil Dead is at the end of the day. It's a horror comedy, but a very good one. Because like I said, if you think that the first one is good, the second one is even better. It's a fun watch, rewatchable. It's everything that we could have asked for. And I think that is a masterpiece. Being honest, I love all the films of the Evil Dead franchise, but for me, this one always will be the top one. And I don't see any upcoming Evil Dead film that we don't know if will ever happen that will ever take this one as the first one, because it's so good. And I think that this one is a very popular opinion. Like I said, for me, this ranking, it's aligned with the general opinion. Like I said, when I saw a lot of people posting on Twitter their updated rankings once Evil Dead Rise came out, I realized that a lot of people, we were on the same boat. While of course some orders can change, at the end of the day, we gonna have the same opinion. But of course this one, it's based on my opinion. I did not do this based on everyone else's opinion. That is not the whole point of this. But this has been all for this video and this ranking. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below which one is your ranking. Which one do you prefer? Do you dislike any of them? Like I said, for me, they are all equally good, including the series. But unfortunately, one needs to be at the bottom. So I apologize if you are Army of Darkness huge fan. I'm sorry. But well, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.
Close to real. That much I know.